Okay, hello, welcome back. This is Agachak, and we're playing Wizardry 8, the Flamestryke mod edition. I believe the last time we left off, Talon, our bishop, had found a spell book containing the light spell. We bumped a couple of points into that, and that's running currently. So I think at this point we're just going to walk around and see what else this monastery has available for us. Apparently he sees some creatures up ahead, so looks like some rats maybe. What do you got here? Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 rats down there. Well, we'll just jump right into it. Get this combat started. Here we're going to utilize this doorway, and hopefully we can block it off. So there's only 3 of them. But I don't know if you recall earlier we were talking about combat positioning. And again, when you're inside structures, buildings and stuff, try and use doorways to their advantage. You know, these guys are attacking from the front, so we were able to make it to this doorway, and they're not going to be able to surround us, hopefully. I'm pretty sure I'm close enough where they're not going to be able to get by right now. One thing that I have noticed is that I have Remo's using a staff right now, which is a 2-handed item. So he's only getting the 1 attack with the staff at the moment. I'm going to unequip that. Later on, I think I might switch to a 1-handed blunt weapon. I can't recall. I know there is one that's for fairies, ninjas, the Cana Corpus. I won't spoil that for you, but it's a pretty good weapon. But in this mod, there's a lot of other items that are available, so, you know, don't go basing your character creation on that one item. There's a lot more involved now, so excuse me. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I have to do that from the combat mode here.
Good.
Use the equip option here, and that should take care of that. Haven't played in a couple days, so I'll probably end up forgetting some stuff, but usually comes back pretty quick. Oh, you took him right out. That other rat was fleeing for his life already. Alright, so in the middle of combat, here's your equipment screen. You can go ahead and add items, remove items, equip, unequip. So we're just going to basically, I don't even want that in his inventory, I don't think. Looking pretty good here. We could do have cure poison. Let's go ahead and give that to him while we're in this screen. And cure light condition. I think we're alright. Why not? Alright. So we got that one guy that was running away, fell asleep, which is cool, because I don't have to chase him back down. Hopefully I can finish this guy off, charge up there before he wakes up, and finish him off. Remo should now be getting 2, maybe 3 attacks around. It'll definitely increase in later levels. I don't think the damage output will be as high, but obviously as we progress in levels, it'll get a lot better.
Yeah.
Boy, he really takes a beating. I'm going to go ahead and set up a heal wounds on him. Now, you can see, remember last time we used the heal, it was yellow and red. So we've, I think we gained a point or 2 in Divinity last combat. So now we got a green, which is, I think you can still have failures, even though, you know, you're in the green. But obviously your chances are a lot less likely. And we're going to run. Because he's sleeping, we'll get the initiative, and he woke up. Hopefully he'll charge and not run away. Nope, he ran away. Here's where having a good ranged attack skill comes into play. The rangers really would take this guy right out pretty quick, even at low levels. But because we're level 2 and pretty much relying on the gadgeteer to be our primary range attack, it's going to take a little bit of doing to start.
Yes.
I can at least get up into melee. There we go. Cut him off a little bit. The other thing that'll happen too is you start chasing this one creature around. There's a tendency to run into more wandering patrols, so we gotta keep that in mind. Sometimes it's easier just to let the guy run away. Catch up to him later, especially if you're already beat up and kind of low on stamina. It's always not the wisest decision to go chase him down, but sometimes I like to take a little bit of a chance. Alright, let's check the map. The mapping system on this is kind of bad, especially here in the Monastery. If you're not familiar with the area, this can get very confusing. There's a lot of overlay, different layers and to the map. Doesn't really differentiate second floor and first floor. Passages that overlap. The map gets a little cluttered. Right now, it obviously doesn't look too bad. I think they could have done a little better job on it, but hey, you know, for a game that was actually created around 95, 96, and then took almost 10 years to be released due to Surtech Canada going bankrupt, I guess you can't complain too much. So let's just go ahead and see what's going on up here a little bit. Yeah, I haven't been here yet. Oh, we got a slime here. Noxious slime. Alright, remember this time, the last one, this guy was spitting acid or slime at us, so want to close in pretty quickly here.
And glory. Okay.
Close enough where I'll use walk. You do lose different amounts of stamina between walk and the run mode. Obviously, running you'll lose stamina a lot faster. Walk should be pretty straightforward, not lose too much. He's gonna get the initiative on us. 5 points. Wow. And let's see how many guys get to attack. See, Bishop does not have an attack. Agitator does not have an attack. So I know we discussed that in the last episode. When you start to move during combat, some of your party members will use that initiative to heal wounds. They'll use their initiative to move instead of attack. Depending on the distance, I believe. If you travel the full length of your walk meter or run meter, basically you're going to use everyone's initiative, whereas if you only need to move a few squares... Wow, good timing on that heal. Not all of the party members will use their initiative.
Take this! My inner balance has returned.
Alright, it's not nauseated any. Let's see if we can put him to sleep.
Aye. Take this!
Lots of misses. Wow, that hurt.
Carving me up like a piece of meat!
He's got those healing potions, though, thankfully.
Good.
I'm going to use the protect on
Aye.
Rico in case he doesn't drink that healing potion before the slime attacks. Oh, boy. It's really tough at the beginning, I tell you, especially on expert level. There we go. Nice. Excellent.
Ah.
I don't know if you noticed that or not, too, is they have, there's a little bit of facial expressions on these guys as well. Oh, alright. Level.
It's an honor to be recognized. Nothing found. Good. Found nothing. Experience is the best teacher.
Nice.
Nothing found.
Everybody.
I prosper with the will of destiny.
So
Nothing
there's a
found.
sword and dagger skill. Oh, that's one other thing I think I might be changing off is
Found nothing.
weapon close. I believe I'm gonna have Darius using 2 one-handed blunt weapons. If I recall my last playthrough on this, I found some really nice blunt weapons that the Lord could use. So we might be switching off for now. Again, piety, we want that stamina, as well as his mana pool, because he will be getting heal spells later on. So, you know, again, I'm not going to focus on the strength too much right now. I want to get that piety up there. Once I get piety up to 100, then I'll start pumping points into strength. Dex and speed. Dex is obviously your initiative. Or, I'm sorry, speed's your initiative, and dexterity has affects your physical attacks, which is your to hit, as well as armor class, I believe. So we want to be able to hit the guys, and we want to be able to have stamina to make it through these long fights later on down the road. Dual weapons, close combat, and I believe I'm going to put a point or two in the mason flail, and because we are still using swords, I'll go ahead and put one in there. Again, with piety, dex, get that up to 60, and then I'll try and spread those out between speed and dexterity. Martial arts. Stealth is actually pretty critical too, because the ninjas and monks do not have the greatest of armor. They have a stealth skill which will offset that a bit and give them extra armor class based on the skill level. So you want to put a couple points in there as well. And then his close combat's pretty good. Critical strike's a little low. Dual weapons, honestly, let's look here. 2 weapons at once. Now, see, I don't know if that actually affects hand-to-hand combat. Because right now I took that staff out of his hand, so he's just using his fists, as a proper monk should. But I like to put a couple points into it later. As I said, there are weapons that we will be picking up later on down the road. So we'll play things accordingly. I really want to get that piety. I didn't realize his piety was that low when I took this pre-made character. Oh well. And he's pretty basic as well. Sword, close combat, and 2 into critical and 1 into dual. Because bishops specialize in all forms of magic, both healing and offensive. Again, piety is basically your mana pool. And then we have intelligence, which is pretty straightforward. Obviously affects your magical skills. Vitality is low, so once we get these brought up to 100, then we'll start pumping them into vitality and speed, I believe. Alright, let's see. Now, here's... what do we want to do? Bless will make us have a bonus to attack, but it's turn-based, and it also takes points out of a divinity. So if I cast Bless in the beginning of the round, it will help us hit, but she won't have as many points for healing, although we do get a few for selecting a skill, a spell in the skill tree. Stamina, obviously, we use a lot of, but there's a rest all spell later on that you're going to get, which will heal the entire party, so I might hold off on that for now. Kind of at an impasse here. I think, you know what, I think we're going to go with Energy Blast, because we have the light spell that we're going to use to power level the fire tree, and it's good to have an extra offensive spell weapon available. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. Artifacts is blue, it's a primary skill. That also helps us identify items that we pick up. I have a couple of those potions that are question marks, so I don't know if what they are right now. And then I'm just going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm not going to quite put those back down to 9, and here's our fire magic here, which is 0. Let's get that up a couple points. At least get 1 point into it to start. It's better to have at least 1 than 0. You won't have as many fizzles. It'll give you at least a little bit of a better opportunity to get some attacks in. I'm going to heal here, so we have 1 heal spell left. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. Even though we're going to heal up during a rest period, again, we're going to kind of power level ourselves a bit when we can. Use up those spell points on things. We got light. We'll go ahead and just keep casting that until we're out of points, because we're going to rest until we're full. So this is one way to get your points up a little faster. It's kind of tedious, takes a little bit of time, and then you also run into the chance of a random... oh, there's a chest over there, I didn't see that. We have a chance for a random encounter while we're doing this, but, I think the pros outweigh the cons in this case. So let's camp it. I'm not sure if I have save on camp selected or not, so I should double check that real quick. I'd hate to run into a combat situation and get killed. Not have a good save here. Autosave is not on. So let's turn autosave on. We'll do a quick save. And let's go see what's in this chest. I'm gonna have to start putting some locks and points into locks and traps here too. You have an option because I didn't take a thief class. We have 3 options here for characters that have that ability. Actually, no, I thought Remo did, but apparently, oh, that's a ninja. See, normally Remo's a ninja when I play this character. This time I made him a monk. I believe ninjas do have the locks and trap skill. So we have Aqualung, who has traps of 0, so he's not an option, and we have Gizmo, who has a 9. So we're gonna have to start putting some points into that if we want to start opening these chests. This one is not locked, however, so we lucked out. So we got skull cap, some bullet stones, some basic items here. Just select the whole thing and take it. Artifact skill went up just for taking items out of the chest, which is pretty cool. Skull cap, armor class of 1. Yeah, he found it. He can go ahead and put it on. How's that? My bishop has a hat, so armor class of 3. And our fighter has sandals on, so we'll give him a pair of boots. No, he can't. I was wondering if the bard could use the axe. He cannot. He's almost out of missiles, so that works. Give him a healing potion. Let's give her a healing potion. Oh, somebody was able to identify that now. I did put a couple points into her artifact skill because that's her primary, so apparently that's all it took to be able to identify that, and it is cure poison. I know we were discussing that at the beginning of the game. You know, you can get an idea for what the potions are based on their based on what they look like. We'll give her a cure poison, and we'll give Darish a cure poison. And we have some throwing knives, so he can use these, and he doesn't have any rocks, so let's go ahead and give him a missile attack. And Talon's artifact skill went up to 15, maybe for identifying that cure poison potion.
Nothing found here.
Alright. That gets kind of old after a while, having this search on. These guys constantly telling you nothing found. I tend to drone it out after a while, but
Greetings, greetings.
I'm going to turn the volumes down a little bit. I'm not sure. Hopefully that's not too much. It's a little loud on my headset, but hopefully the audio on the video isn't too bad. I apologize if it is. I'll try and make some adjustments if need be. Feather darts. We'll give those to Talon. Just about everybody has a ranged attack now.
Check it out.
Oh. Remo found something, a short bow. Well, we don't really have any arrows to go around. Darish has a bow already, so I think we're good there. Everybody else already has slings.
Found nothing.
Poser's cap. Locks and traps plus 10. Let's see, the monk can wear it. And that'll give us, what, one more than what Gizzy has here. Gizzy has a 9. Remo does not have any. Did I pick that up? No. So we'll put that on his head. Plus there may be some AC on it. Nope. No, thankfully it's not cursed. Excuse me, looks like we have a skeleton in here on the ground. Some more feather darts. Gizmo's artifact skill went up to 2. Give those to Talon, so they'll automatically go into, you know, if you have it equipped, they'll automatically fill up that ammo slot, which is kind of neat. Check map, make sure we're not going in circles here. Looks good. Getting kind of nervous, it's been a little too quiet for my liking. Knock picks, artifacts, knock power to 4. Hold the lock tumblers in place. Well, that'll come in handy with our low lock picking skill. We'll go ahead and give those. What the part? Oh, I right clicked. If you right click on the character portrait when you have an item in your hand, it'll actually go to the party items. Whereas if you were to left click on that person, it goes to their personal inventory. One little thing you might not know, but comes in kind of handy sometimes. And we have a door. Let's save it here.
It has been locked.
And it's locked. Oh, that's quaint.
What now?
Let's see, Remo has a 10 skill, so let's go ahead and see if he can open this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let Gizzy do it because he'll gain some, possibly gain a skill point from trying to open this. Because as we use our skills, we gain more points in it, which makes sense. Not a lot of games do that these days. It's basically you level up and whatever points you get, you pump into whatever you want to pump your points into, and this game you actually gain points through use, which is pretty neat. And there's a lot of clicking back and forth here and nothing happening. The idea is to basically have both of these in the up position, lit green. You can imagine how tedious this can be, especially when you get 3, 4, even 5 and more of these tumblers and a low skill. Boy, anymore, and I might have to edit this out.